care right now if you didn't want to work. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you didn't want to work and you just want to be a stay-at-home mom and take care of your kids and focus on yourself, so what? Why does it bother you? Hello, angels. Welcome back to my channel. So you guys already can see from this title that we are going to talk about just the social controversy of interracial dating and also hypergamy. I also want to mention that I am currently doing a giveaway. I have partnered with Bshahair. This is also a unit that is from Bshahair. If you head over to my Instagram, which will be right here, and it is also in my current last post on Instagram. So be sure to enter into that contest. It is going to end in 2 weeks. I'm really excited and looking forward to doing more giveaways for you guys. I'm so happy that I can even give away something at all. And I really want you guys to be able to experience just a quality, queen approved unit. And I know for a fact that you guys are definitely going to love it. It is going to be a 20-inch frontal unit. So only the best of the best for my angels. And now let's get right into this video. So interracial dating, to begin with, is an extremely controversial topic. So of course, there's going to be different opinions about a ton of different things, as there already is on the internet and yada, yada, yada. But this is a drama-free channel, so I want to make sure to let you guys know as a disclaimer, because people get angry over every little thing, that whatever I have to say in this video on my channel is just my own opinion, and also mixed in with some research on my own that I have done. So if you are offended by anything that I say, that is not my intention, but of course, anyone can get offended over anything. So in general, if you are a sensitive person, I would probably say that my channel is not for you. But by no means do I seek out to intentionally be offensive. Okay, great. So my perspective is coming from, of course, myself being a Black woman who dates outside of my race. Don't have to agree, of course, but I would ask politely that you guys just refrain from any sort of ignorant remarks or any sort of racist remarks in the comments. So let's start out with the definition of hypergamy. Hypergamy is the action of marrying a person of a superior caste, aka status, or class, like social class. A brief history lesson. Back in the day, in the caveman days, with natural selection, women chose their mates based on the ability to protect and to hunt and gather for potential offspring. Human beings, even up until today, always want the best of anything. Men are leaders and providers. So now, of course, today we have a multifaceted society where men and women have optional gender roles and things of that nature. But just for the sake of this video, I'm just making a generalization, if you will, about men and women. If you have a rebuttal about why you feel like men shouldn't have to do this or do that, I'm not really speaking to you, because in essence, and this even goes for me as well, whatever you believe in, you can find some sort of evidence on the internet to support. There's a group for everything. There's a community for everything. So find your community if this isn't one that is. I digress. Alpha males in general really do like feminine women. They enjoy taking care of women because it makes them feel masculine. It comes naturally to them. They are happy that they are able to provide for their family. And they know that in doing so, that comes with great respect. I would say when it comes to wanting to simply level up, whether that be entering into a different social scene or, upgrading even your financial status, at the end of the day, it really does boil down to who you know. I mean, think about it. Even in the entertainment industry, or essentially in any sort of industry, it really is about who you know. You can have all the skill sets that is already inside of you, but end up ultimately nowhere if you don't know the right person that can tell you the name of the supervisor of that job so you can get in contact with them, or if you don't know someone that knows that producer and you want to be a singer. Despite what your niche is, it's the same sort of principle when it comes to wanting to date above your class, wanting to marry above your class. Now, what I find so interesting is that there's a community of individuals that have such an issue with women simply wanting to do this. And this is why I really just adore Anna Bay so much, because she speaks out on behalf of this topic of women wanting to enter into the high society, and gives all of us essentially the right tools to be able to do this. And I also am a part of her online finishing school, School of Affluence, and I love what she promotes and I love what she teaches, and I absolutely agree with her philosophy in that matter, and I don't see anything wrong with that. As women, we have the ability to do something like that. We have the ability to marry, a successful man, and our life changes dramatically. So a lot of the time it breeds envious people that are envious because they feel like they will never be able to attain that. So they shut down the idea completely because life is so hard for them, and they don't want to do the necessary work to be able to attain that individual, that type of individual. So they look down on others because they have that lifestyle. Or you have people that are envious because someone is living that lifestyle and feel like they don't deserve it. It's very multifaceted. And again, what I like to promote on this channel is positivity and encouraging and uplifting one another. Some people don't realize that they're focused on the wrong things. They're so hyper focused on someone else's life and how they feel that individual should live their life, because it's a deflection from doing the real work on themselves. If you know that you want to level up and enter into a higher society, there's a certain formula for that. Of course, every individual has their own personality and things of that nature, which I absolutely loved, actually, that Anna Bay did address this topic as well. She mentioned that the high society in general doesn't necessarily mean that you act one way like a robot, or even that you act superior to others. That's not what it's about. It's simply about wanting a certain lifestyle for yourself, genuinely enjoying the process of leveling up and working out if that's something that you want to do, just in general staying fit, whether you want to lose weight or not, or, getting the massages or the facials that you want because self-care, and just taking care of your skin because we are women and we do age faster than men, and who just doesn't want to look good and feel their absolute best? And a lot of the times you'll see on Instagram that a lot of the women that are in this type of lifestyle of opulence and wealth and luxury, a lot of them do seem to date outside of their race. I'm also a part of that group of women, but it doesn't necessarily mean that all of us do, or that there's an issue with our race. In the end, we are all attracted to what we are attracted to. And if we are attracted to someone outside of our race, that doesn't automatically indicate that we hate ourselves, or we hate our race, or we think we're better, so we are dating outside of our race. You have to really start to be mindful of why your brain naturally negates things in that nature, because to me, that doesn't make sense. We like what we like. That's what it is to me. I like the culture difference. I like to date people that have a different culture than my own because it's fun and I like to explore that. And I just like that. And I think that we as women in general, we find ourselves always having to explain all the time why we like this individual, why we like nice things, why we like luxury, why we feel like we shouldn't have to take care of the household, why we feel like we shouldn't have to split our bills 50-50. All of these things. And think about where all of the negativity is coming from. right? Consider the source. It's coming from guys that can't even afford to take care of women. It's coming from girls who are envious of other girls who are being taken care of. It's coming from people that are envious of people that have money in general. It's coming from people who just simply don't have an understanding of why people want to live this way. There's a lot of different reasons. I can honestly go on forever and ever about why people may have their negative opinion about hypergamy in general. And I also want to touch on this fact. Me feeling like I want to be with someone that's going to be able to effortlessly take care of me and my potential family doesn't also preclude the fact that I may or may not want to work. Do you understand what I'm saying? A lot of people like to throw around, oh, this girl's a gold digger. Oh, she just wants to use men for money. All of these things. That's no different from the guy that wants the girl with the nice butt because, well, her body. Men don't normally seek out women based on their financial status. Men normally are very physical, right? They like what they see. I mean, really, all of us do. But for argument's sake, men are going to look at you and they're going to say, ooh, I like her butt. Oh, I like her boobs. You know, we as women, we like to date based off of how can this person provide for me? How can this person provide for my family? Do I feel protected around this individual? How is this person going to better my life? Because it's all fun and games and making fun of the girl that has the really wealthy boyfriend and type away anonymously behind a screen and hate on them when you can easily date, you know, the manager of Starbucks and be struggling to buy diapers and groceries and all of those things. It's easy to hate on that. It's easy to tell someone that they are hateful towards their own race because they date outside of their race. It's easy to do that. And people like myself, I feel like sometimes are easy targets because people see me, they see what I'd like to think, an educated Black woman. I'm young, I'm very ambitious, I'm career oriented, I have a bachelor's degree, I have great parents, I grew up in a great home. For one, people automatically will have their presumptions about that or what have you and not understand, you know what? I like to date successful people because one, I am on the road to success myself. I consider myself to be a successful individual. I like to be around people that inspire me. And because I want someone in my life that's going to assist me and lead me into greatness, aside from my own ambitions and self-will and value, that's what I'm going to look for in a man. So never feel guilty for wanting more. Never feel guilty for wanting to be taken care of. I don't care right now if you didn't want to work. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you didn't want to work and you just want to be a stay-at-home mom and take care of your kids and focus on yourself, so what? Why does it bother you? Consider the source, ladies, of people that have an issue with this. It's never someone that's already living like this. And even so, when it comes to interracial dating, there's absolutely nothing wrong with dating outside of your race. What is the problem with that? I'm sorry, pretty sure it's 2019. What's happening here? The key to all of this, I would say in general, is education. It's always easier to give your unsolicited opinion on behalf of any matter, and especially on controversial topics such as this. It's very easy to be hateful. And there's such a stigma around this topic in general. It really is unfortunate. And you really do yourself a disservice when you lash out first instead of trying to come from a place of understanding. And I think that's what makes me partly a balanced person, that I don't lash out first. I try to understand where someone's coming from first and try to figure out maybe why what they said may have offended me, or maybe why what I said may have offended them. I mean, of course, I can't do that for, thousands and thousands of people, but you guys catch my drift. I, for one, believe in hypergamy. absolutely for myself. On that same token, I'm very multifaceted. I'm a woman. We are women. As individuals, we are multifaceted. We are miraculous creatures. We are so beautiful. We are so intelligent. We can multitask and take on so much. Don't let the naysayers scare you out of wanting better for yourself, scare you out of wanting more for yourself. Society making you feel like what you want and desire is unattainable. Because if it's done once, it can be done again. So with that being said, I just wanted to kind of have this chit chat with you guys and open up a healthy discussion in the comment section of your experience maybe dating outside of your race, or your experience with people having difficulty understanding why you choose to date the guys that you date that are successful and wanting to level up in your looks, and why you want to go to different places instead of doing the same old things, or maybe why you want to change your group of friends because they don't have the same desires as you. I want to open up a healthy discussion about that, because here on this channel, I want you guys all to feel supported in this community. I want this to be filled with nothing but positivity. And again, let's all be very respectful of one another's opinion, and there's nothing wrong with disagreeing. However, aside from the fact that anything can get lost in translation on the internet in general, especially if you're texting it, anything can be taken out of context. Let's all just be compassionate and mindful and sensitive to each other and hear each other out. So with that being said, my beautiful angels, I love you and God loves you, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.